Donald Trump macht ernst mit 25% Zolle auf alle Fahrzeuge aus anderen Ländern, die importiert werden in Amerika. Das heißt auch Europa, das heißt auch Deutschland. Und was machen die deutschen Politiker? Weinen. Statt irgendwie dagegen vorzugehen oder einen Deal abzuschließen mit Donald Trump, versuchen die wieder diese weinerische fucking Opferrolle. Oh, der gemeine Donald Trump. These people are pathetic. They're pathetic. Guys, it's Thursday. Already almost the end of the week. Fucking awesome. It's the 27th of March, 2025. It's 12:45 p.m. here in Germany. This is the Insanity Report for Germany for today. And we're going to talk about Trump's Zolle, so Trump's tariffs on also Germany. We're going to keep it at Germany for now. Look, Trump's been saying this for months, right? Even before he was president, he was saying he's going to do this. And the Europeans and everybody else, all they did was talk. Like always. The Europeans just talk. The politicians talk. What do? They talk shit on Donald Trump. Well, how dare Donald Trump, this fucking ogre, fucking orange devil. That's all they do. They impair their moral finger comes back. Donald Trump, Europe should be able to live on the American taxpayer forever and ever and ever. That's crazy that Donald Trump wants to take away our gravy train. It's insane that Donald Trump wants to stop protecting us for no money. You know what I'm saying? That's unacceptable that J.D. Vance tells us about freedom of speech and elections. How dare he? That's Europeans. These motherfuckers are so stupid that they're starting to not even make sense about their own shit, right? They're fucking stupid. What German politicians need to do now, because I'm telling you, Trump's not fucking around, okay? I can tell you, the Europeans might have sometimes a hard time understanding politics in America, how things run in America and shit. I don't, right? I'm telling you, Donald Trump is not fucking around, right? And so the Europeans need to get their shit together. When I say Europeans, I'm talking about the politicians, right? In Germany, the politicians need to get their heads out of their fucking asses, right? And stop running around thinking they're the best shit since sliced bread, right? Because they're fucking not. These people are utterly pathetic, right? They are pathetic. Because what you do in such a case of today, you don't go and cry like a little bitch about it. You call Donald Trump. If you're a European politician, your move is you call Donald Trump and you say, look, these tariffs are not good for us and our tariffs are not good for you. Let's make a deal. Let's make a deal that'll make both sides happy. That's what Donald Trump is all about. That's his whole MO. Making deals that make both sides happy. Right now, Donald Trump, because he's the president of the United States, is still likely to be considered the most powerful man in the world, right? When it comes to geopolitics, for sure. You can't be a German politician that has destroyed your whole country, your whole auto industry, has basically tried to implement a socialist state in the country, right? And then when Donald Trump makes a move he's been saying he was going to make for months, if not years, right? Then turn around and cry and whine about it and point the finger how bad Donald Trump is. He's Orange Himmler and fucking, he's just like Putin and how dare he? We're not going to talk to this asshole. We don't have to talk to him. We're Europeans. We're morally better. We don't have to bend down to Donald Trump's level. Well, I got news for y'all. Yes, the fuck you do. Okay? Yes, the fuck you do. The European politicians are going to have to think for their countries. That's what Donald Trump's tariffs are going to do. So the good thing for us is that Donald Trump's policies, like the thing with the tariffs, are going to force these European countries to start looking at reality. They're going to have to start acting pragmatically instead of ideologically. They're going to have to start looking at the actual reality rather than the fictional reality that exists in their minds. They're going to have to be shaken out of this dream of bullshit. They're going to have to be shaken away from this woke crazy ideology that America is going away from. They're going to have to stop with the climate hysteria, and they're going to have to stop thinking they are morally superior to Donald Trump, Americans, America, or anything else, because they are not. They could very easily, each country in the European Union could easily solve this problem with Trump. And they can call Trump individually. They are, the politicians in these countries, they are not bitches to Europe, even though some of them like being bitches to Europe, right? They are not beholden by Brussels like they like to tell everybody. They're not. They're not, because the fact is, Brussels really has no power over individual nations unless those individual nations give them that power, right? And since they gave them the power, they can take it away, especially Germany. I've said this before. Germany has the power to push the EU Brussels bureaucrats into a corner and say, guys, we're going to do what's best for Germany, and if you don't like it and you try to punish us in some way, we will leave the European Union. Do you know how fast the EU bureaucrats will shut the fuck up and get in line behind Germany's decisions? Faster than you can say Germany, okay? That's what's going to happen. But Germany's politicians are too pussy to do that, right? This is what Donald Trump's tariffs are going to do. This is what Donald Trump policies are going to do. This is what 4 years of Donald Trump is going to do for us here in Europe. It's going to force a class of politicians to act in these countries in the best interest of these countries. It's going to force a new class of politicians into the political game, right? Because either the establishment politicians turn over a new leaf right now and go with the flow, right? Make a deal with Trump that makes both sides happy. No more sucking off the teat of the American taxpayer for military, for budgets, for safety, for all the shit, right? Cutting back the social states in these countries, like in Germany, it's way too much free money for people that don't do shit, period, right? Way too much free money for immigrants, legal and illegal. It's got to stop. And, you know, they're not going to be able to afford it anymore. And yes, it sucks for the car companies. Car companies, though, can say, you know what, Germany, screw you. We're going to go to America so we can avoid these tariffs. Your ship is sinking anyway, because if you want the Verbrenner Aus bullshit by 2035 or whatever it is, then we're going to be out of business anyway here in these countries. So we're out. So what it's going to do for America is it's going to make sure that a lot of car companies all over the world, including German car companies, are going to go to America and produce there so that they avoid these tariffs. They will continue to have a gas-powered car market to sell to. And they don't have to worry about all the bureaucracy, all the bullshit, all the climate hysteria, all the insanity of the EU. The EU, none of the countries in the EU can really afford that. They can't afford to make a political decision based on their ego. They can't afford to go, well, then fuck the car companies and fuck the jobs that we lose and fuck the economy, because we're not going to go kiss Trump's ring. Well, they're going to go kiss Trump's ring, right? And if they don't do it, if the establishment politicians don't do it, if Friedrich Merz doesn't do it, if he gets elected here, then a new class of politicians are going to go to the White House, to Donald Trump, and make a deal that's good for Germany and good for America. And I can tell you, other countries in the EU are going to do it regardless. Rolls-Royce already made a deal to go and produce in America, for example, because they make plane engines, right? They make plane engines for the military in America. So for them, it's like, we're going to America. That's great money for America. I think Audi has also said they're going to go to America. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of companies. Tariffs are working in countries where people think pragmatically and are not ideologically blinded by bullshit wokeism, moral fucking virtue signaling. See, that's moral virtue signaling wokeness is what crippled America under Joe Biden and before him, right? That's what crippled America. Now that that's gone, America is going to be thriving again. And in countries that see reality over ideology, where the politicians act rationally, act politically in the interest of their citizens and their countries, those countries are going to thrive in this new era, right? Countries that stay with this woke moral virtue signaling, they're going to go under, because they are run on emotion and ideology, but neither of which have anything to do with reality. Neither. Neither ideology nor emotion have anything to do with actual reality when it comes to geopolitics. Geopolitics does not care how you feel about a fucking thing, right? Emotion does not play a part. You can't carry everybody. America's done carrying Europe everywhere. America's done being the free security detail for Europeans, right? So that Europeans can piss away their money on illegal immigrants and social programs. That shit is going to change. I'm sure of it, right? I'm sure of it. It's going to take some time, right? Right now, the Europeans are getting kicked in the balls over and over and over again. Again, the politicians, right? They're getting kicked in the balls over and over and over again. And it's hard for them to come to terms with that they're dealing with somebody in America right now that is not going to bend to their stupid will, that is not going to go, okay, we'll let ourselves get taken advantage of some more, guys. Okay, we'll continue paying for your security. Okay, you continue to provoke war with Russia. So when Russia finally comes, we're going to come in and save you. America's not doing that. And the Europeans can't cope. They can't deal with the fact that the gravy train is done. But it is. But it is. So, for the car companies, listen, your best bet, German car companies, your best bet is just go to America, right? For you, it's clear, right? No tariffs on the cars. You'll have a gas-powered market of 300, almost 400 million people, right? They're not going to get rid of their gas cars. You can keep producing there, and you'll be able to sell the cars for a good profit. You won't have the tariffs. And here in Germany, you can't even count on what's going to happen in the next 5 years. The energy is just getting more and more expensive. They're not doing anything to make it any cheaper. They're continuing to put regulation after regulation, bureaucratic rule after bureaucratic rule on these companies. Some of them are basically socialist. VW in Germany is basically a socialist company. You know what I'm saying? They're being basically sponsored by the state because of this fucking electric car shit. That's insane. Get out while you can. These politicians are not trustworthy. Plus, they need to learn a lesson. You see, if the companies stay in Germany and suffer with the rest of us under these political idiots, right? It doesn't teach the political idiots any fucking lessons. None. So they're going to continue these politics. But car companies are, they must satisfy the board and their stockholders, right? So they don't have a choice. They're going to go to America. They're going to go to America. And Germany's going to lose them. And all the jobs that are connected to them is going to be gone. All the steel that for cars and car companies in this country is going to go to a screeching fucking halt because they're going to leave. Germany can't afford that, right? The German economy just can't afford that. And there are politicians, even as dumb as they are, they know this, right? They know this. So what's this going to do? It's going to force them to come to the table whether they like it or not. It's either that or watch the country burn. I mean, are they really going to do that? Are they really going to allow... The economy is a big problem. You know, for politicians that want to get elected again, if the CDU even makes it into the chancellorship here in Germany now, which they might not. They might get fucked by the SPD. I mean, they're getting fucked the whole time, so they might get fucked completely, right? The SPD might turn around and go, nah, we don't need Friedrich Merz. We're going to go with the left and the fucking Greens and make a small coalition. They could do that. But let's say they make it. Even after all of the voter fucking raping they've done, right? They make it. They want to get elected again. Well, if the economy is completely destroyed, like no semblance left, and that's what's going to happen if the car companies all decide we're out, you know, which they're going to do. So Germany and the German politicians have a very narrow window of time to get their act together, start acting like big boys, and call Donald Trump and make a fucking deal with him. That's the only way out. And that's good for us regular people. Even though it may hurt a little bit to begin with, right? It may hurt. But finally there's somebody that has more power, that has power over these politicians in a stronger way than the Brussels EU establishment bureaucrats have. And that's America. You know? Because, look, And again, you can tell by the reaction of the European politicians that they are lying their ass off about Russia, right? They want us to believe that Putin is going to be in Berlin in the next fucking weeks. He's coming. He's going to attack. He's coming, for sure. We all know that. We all know it. We know. We know it. I don't know how they know, but they know. Putin's coming. So on the one hand, they say Putin is coming. On the other hand, they say Putin is coming, but we can't really protect even ourselves against Putin because we have no military to speak of, barely any ammunition, and the money we're going to pump into the military now, it's going to take decades to get the military back into shape enough to be able to fight an enemy such as Russia. So they're saying Russia's coming, but we can't defend you. And then they're also saying to the one country and the one person that could defend us, if it ever came down to that for real, they're telling them to go fuck themselves. So they're like, yeah, Trump, you're the only person on the planet that can really protect us from Russia because we can't do it for ourselves. And we know for sure Russia's going to be here in 5 minutes. And fuck you, Trump. Fuck you. Suck my balls, Trump. Screw you. We're morally better than you. So fuck you, Trump. That's their attitude. That's the attitude. You know what kind of attitude it is? That's an attitude of a pubescent 14-year-old, right? A 14-year-old that's going through puberty, got zits on his face. He's a little bratty asshole motherfucker. Same as girls at that age. Boy, they're horrible. That's what these politicians are like. Teenage girls going through puberty. You know what I mean? They don't see reality for shit. Right? So, obviously they don't believe Russia's really coming. Because if they did, they would be sucking Donald Trump's balls, right? Begging him to please protect us for a couple more years while we try to get our shit together finally. This time we promise we're really going to do it, all right? Please, don't leave. Russia's coming. We're like fish in a barrel if Russia comes now. All those things don't really make sense together, do they? So these politicians are lying to your ass. They don't think Russia's coming. They want you to think Russia's coming. Because they want you to continue to support their wartime mentality. They want you to continue to support billions and billions of dollars or euros or whatever being spent on military, which is actually a good thing. The military does need to be juiced up in this country and all the other European countries. Let's be real, right? So all those things can't be true at once. It can't be that Russia's coming and we can't protect ourselves and America's going to go fuck themselves because we don't want them to protect us. That doesn't make any sense. I'm telling you, they know Russia's not coming, and Russia is not coming. Russia has no desire to come, right? Putin's not going to invade any one of these countries. It's not happening, unless, of course, the Europeans do something very, very stupid. It's possible that it happens, but on his own, Putin's not coming anywhere. And Trump keeps telling the Europeans what he's going to do, and all the Europeans do is talk. They talk shit. They fucking insult. They're fucking completely outraged and clutching their pearls when J.D. Vance comes and tells them, hey, you guys are not really practicing the same values we thought we had together, right? I mean, you guys are blocking people from elections. You're taking Georgescu out of the election in Romania. Your freedom of speech is pretty crazy. There's people getting arrested for what they post on Facebook. Those are not the values that we share, people. That was a warning from J.D. Vance. It wasn't just like a friendly speech to come by and go, hey, guys, what's going on? Those people are not fucking playing. America wants Europe to be democratic. They want Europe to share the same values as they do. All of the European countries that they do business with are going to have to get in line and become democratic countries. Just like these countries go and morally virtue signal to everywhere else. I mean, Annalena Baerbock goes to China and fucking wags her finger at fucking Xi Jinping and the mullahs in Iran and fucking Saudi Arabia, and they're wagging their fingers at everybody how they should be and how they should act in Putin. No, you can't do that when you yourself are running undemocratic countries. Germany is not a democracy anymore. The way that politicians want to go forth here in this country is they want to rape democracy. They want to take it out. They want to rape it and stomp on it until it's dead. That's what they want. Because democracy is a pain in the ass for them. Because if we are actually a real democracy, they're going to be voted out in 5 seconds after this, and the AfD is going to come to power. They don't care about democracy. They care about being in power. Unsere Demokratie is Linke an die Macht. That's all it means. That's what it means in America too. When the Democrats go, our democracy. That's what they mean, our democracy. The Democrats are democracy, and everything else is right-wing terrorism. They do the same thing in Europe, right? The same thing they're doing in Germany. You're either left or you're a right-wing Nazi motherfucker. And you need to be put in jail forever, and you need to lose your livelihood, and you can't make any money. That's how they really think. And that's how we have to start thinking about them, right? We have to look at everybody on the left with power and go, okay, we can't ever let these people have power again. They're crazy, right? That's it. They're evil. We have to look at them just that way, and say they're evil. We need to get them out of power, and they never get power again, because they've showed us what they're going to do once they have it. They're not going to play by democratic rules. And we need people in power that are going to play by the democratic rules. And that's what's going to end up happening with Trump. Trump is going to force pragmatic European countries to wake up and go, okay, we've got to be done with this bullshit, because otherwise we're going to get trounced, right? And that's exactly what's going to happen. So I think that the tariffs will force the German politicians to go, all right, it's going to force them against the wall. They're going to have no choice but to make a deal with Donald Trump. They're going to have no choice. And they're going to be forced to start thinking pragmatically about things. And that's exactly what we need. Guys, if you want to get all my stuff delivered directly to your inbox, all you got to do is subscribe to my Substack. You see it on the screen there. It's all about logic.substack.com. Again, that's it'sallaboutlogic.substack.com. There you will get all my articles, all the videos I make, podcast recommendations, everything, because nothing there gets banned, removed, censored, taken down, erased, deleted, nothing. You'll get it all right in your email. Go to the Substack, subscribe there for free or for $5 a month, which I would greatly appreciate. And we'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace out.